It was a highly eventful 2018 on the North Korea front, albeit with much left in the air going into this new year. The clues all around us are mixed and difficult to read, but there are still signs that the coming months could see more dialogue and even a visit by the North's chairman Kim Jong-Un to Seoul. I'm Alex Jensen, marking the start of 2019 with another edition of K-News Today for Korea Now. Obviously, one of the most important indicators being assessed by analysts is the New Year message delivered by Chairman Kim this week. Even the way he sat in an armchair rather than standing on a podium during his speech was seen by some experts as an attempt to seem more relatable. He said he's ready to hold a second summit with US President Donald Trump, but also warned of seeking a new way if American denuclearization pressure through sanctions continues. Now, that might sound like an immediate sticking point, but for now, let's delve further into the North Korean perspective. Clearly, Pyongyang is still pushing for sanctions relief. Just this week, UNICEF estimated that at least $19.5 million is needed to support North Korean children this year, and that 10.9 million people in the North are exposed to chronic food insecurity and lack access to basic services. Chairman Kim spent most of his New Year's address stressing the importance of economic development, whereas he only used the word nuclear twice, compared with 22 times last year. He put forward ideas such as reopening the Inter-Korean Industrial Park in the North's border city of Kaesong and resuming suspended tours from South Korea to Mount Kumgang without any preconditions. Now, of course, that still doesn't factor in Seoul and Washington's own positions, but there was also that threat from Chairman Kim to help persuade them. We could be left with no choice but to seek a new way, he warned, urging the US in particular to make good on its promises and neither misjudge North Korea's patience nor stick to sanctions and pressure. Now, we don't know exactly what President Trump's promises were when he met Chairman Kim last June in Singapore, but we do know the American leader's still seemingly keen on a summit early this year. He said this week he's received a great letter from Kim and has repeatedly indicated he looks forward to their next meeting and dangled once again the carrot of the North's great economic potential. As for South Korea, the government said Kim's address is expected to have a positive effect. President Moon Jae-in pledged efforts for irreversible peace on the peninsula in 2019, having also offered a warm response to a personal letter he received from Kim right at the end of 2018. A message that apparently emphasized Kim's strong willingness to meet together frequently in 2019, as well as reaffirming his commitment to aggressively carrying out deals reached with leaders of South Korea and the United States. But there are obviously a number of major obstacles in front of us. Firstly, it's clear from words and actions in recent months that the three sides just mentioned don't have a unified view of denuclearization, and especially the order of events that should precede it. Skeptics view Chairman Kim's speech as part of a ploy to keep dialogue going without fundamentally changing. Critics fear Kim is trying to widen flaws in the Seoul-Washington alliance, a risky strategy if he truly cares about the economy, but very much part of Pyongyang's playbook. Regardless, some analysts believe the only way out of the stalemate is for the US to give something that North Korea wants. Whether Washington makes any concessions may depend on how concerned the US is about whatever a new way might entail, whether it's just rhetoric or a solid threat. It's hard to predict what President Trump will do, but it seems he's likely to stick to sanctions as they are for now, to keep pressure on as he has with political opponents at home. What we do know is that the liberal Moon Jae-in administration is likely to be as patient as it possibly can in the name of ensuring lasting peace, while staying in touch with the international community. There are going to be a few interesting landmarks to follow this year. There will be the anniversaries of the various 2018 summits, for example, and the further we get through them without denuclearization progress, the more pressure on all concerned. There's also the centenary of Korea's March 1st movement, a battle for independence that can unite both North and South. Moreover, this year is the 30th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, which will particularly hold appeal from a global perspective as we compare the situation here with the end of Germany's division. It would fuel optimism if we do see Trump meet Kim by February, as previously stated, and if indeed the North Korean leader visits Seoul, as he'd hoped to do by the end of 2018, an invitation that remains open according to President Moon, but which only seems likely if there's a breakthrough between Washington and Pyongyang. A visit to South Korea's capital by Chairman Kim would not only be highly symbolic, but also it would be a barometer of success.